Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Ed Ceballos, and I am very happy today to have Evan Weber. For those of you who don't know Evan, he has been on the field for quite some time. He has a very robust experience, and I thought it could be a great opportunity having him sharing what he knows, his unique perspective, which is again hands-on, real life, and very valuable, especially now that e-commerce has been accelerating so much, and there are so many people trying to take advantage of the new opportunities, but sometimes there are so many questions, and so he might help us a lot, sharing his, as I say before, his unique perspective. So welcome, Evan. Great having you today.
Thanks for having me. Very excited.
That's awesome. So we have a nice audience today, and I'm sure that anyone on the audience can ask questions. There is a chat, a question button at the bottom. You can click and ask your questions. I will do my best to read it and ask Evan. And so we're glad to do it. Feel free to ask any question. But I will start with how I like to start with my guests on these fireside chats, and is tell us something about yourself, how you got involved in performance marketing.
Oh, okay. We'll go back to the kind of like the beginning. I started in digital marketing in the late 1990s. I had a free auction website called UT Auction. It was kind of like an eBay clone that I had built in the late 90s. Did that for a few years. Went on to join a company called dentalplans.com, which was a startup at the time in the early 2000s. And shortly thereafter, we built an affiliate program. We coded our own on-site affiliate tracking program, and we launched on a couple networks, and started working with affiliates, started trying to find them, trying to work with them. And that's pretty much what got me into the affiliate marketing industry per se. And that's all wrapped up into the whole digital marketing strategy that each company needs to have. So at that company, we had a robust, we grew it over time. We grew it, I was there for 5.5 years, and we grew it to over 10,000 affiliates, thousands of producers, and a lot of great relationships and friendships, that were made with affiliates in the process. So that's kind of how I got into it.
That is awesome, and I'm sure this is not the last time we're gonna hear the word relationships during this conversation. And to me, is
Right.
one of the things that I learn the most when I'm having this conversation with you. So, to get into the topic directly, is based on your experience, why e-commerce owners should consider using affiliates or influencers? Why they should even put it on the radar?
Well, it's like I said, it's one of many channels that every company should be utilizing. There's paid search, there's organic search, there's social, there's affiliates, there's email, there's retargeting. So it's, one of many channels that needs to grow over time. So it works, it does work particularly well for e-commerce because a lot of people are shopping online these days, and they look for coupons, they look for discounts, they look for deals, they join websites that give them cash back, they participate in different types of things like that. So there's a lot of referring to e-commerce merchants from affiliates and what they call publishers. So e-commerce and affiliate marketing do go hand in hand, in my opinion, because affiliate marketing tends to work well relatively quickly for e-commerce companies. They're able to grow it over time relatively easily. Not necessarily easily, but if they have the right strategies in place and they're doing the right things on their website, like working on improving the conversion rate, working on improving the, how many sales are coming in for the traffic the affiliates are sending, really trying to convert the affiliates traffic. I tell companies all the time, the merchant or the company has to do their part to in the relationship with the affiliate. Don't just look for affiliates to do it. Take it they have to be given promotions, they have to be facilitated, but then once they send the traffic, you have to do your best to convert it as well as possible. Yeah.
Very clear. And so let me ask the question from the other side. Why would an affiliate or the affiliates be interested in working with an e-commerce store? What makes them tick?
Well, it depends on the niche that the affiliate may be in. A lot of times, like let's say they're in the pet niche, for instance, then they'll look to work with pet brands, e-commerce sites in the pet niche, or other related. So that leads potential affiliates, bloggers, influencers to gravitate towards related merchants, related brands. So there's that goes on. Then there's the brands reaching out and the networks reaching out to the relevant publishers and affiliates. So really, it goes both ways. When a company launches an affiliate program, you're going to get some influx, but you need to do a lot of outreach also to recruit. So both should be going on simultaneously. And it's tough though as an affiliate, as a smaller one. Let's just say, for instance, they have to be very critical as to what brands they choose. A lot of affiliates like working with bigger brands. That's just the reality, because they know bigger brands convert well, or they think they do. So if you're a smaller brand or a lesser known brand, you have to work extra hard to make the affiliate happy, to attract them, to entice them, to offer them something special, like a first sale bonus. Make your first sale and we'll give you a $25 bonus, or put us at the top of your blog and we'll give you a $50 placement fee. Things like that, where you can motivate your new affiliates and publishers with little fees and little bonuses like that, just to get them involved and get them making some money, so they're happy and they're happily promoting the company until some actual sales come in. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's super interesting what you're saying, because when you hear why an e-commerce will want to work with affiliates and how affiliates are actually interested, it is like I would call it a match made in heaven, right? But why it is
Right.
so hard when an e-commerce store is starting to actually recruit affiliates?
Well, it's let me address the match made in heaven part. Theoretically, it is. That's providing the affiliate can drive relevant traffic and the merchant can convert it well enough. In a perfect scenario, that is the case. But it's always, you have to drive towards that. You have to focus on increasing the conversion rate on the merchant side and focus on driving traffic on the affiliate side. Okay. That being said, there's many ways of recruiting affiliates. I believe in a lot of outreach. I believe in contacting blogs, contacting websites that are relevant. I believe in joining certain networks that may already have affiliates and publishers that can produce. Okay, so there's doing the network thing, like a CJ or Impact or Share a Sale. Then there's having your own network, like an Everflow or other types of platforms that facilitate your own. And both can be done simultaneously. I get that question a lot, actually. A lot of companies say, I'm on a network, but I want to launch an in-house network also. So, okay, there are logistics to account for, but that can definitely be done. Or you can go in-house only, or you can go network only, or a mixture of both. So it really depends on the company or the brand, how much resources they want to put into it, how much they can dedicate towards it. How much they want to actually invest in growing their affiliate program. I tell companies all the time, you should invest in growing your affiliate program by doing things like joining, subscribing to tools that tell you who the affiliates are, or joining networks that have affiliates, or paying to have someone do outreach, or hiring someone to do outreach. So there's money that has to be expended to grow your affiliate program. A lot of companies don't really grasp that well enough.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I was just remember something that you mentioned to me in a call, that many times the e-commerce store has, let's say, missing pieces. They are not using landing pages, or they're not using them appropriately, or they have issues on how the whole customer journey is designed. So their acquisition engine is not, let's say, complete or working as it should, and that inhibits some affiliates to really being interested in working with you, because why want to work with you when you're not fixing your house first? Because I'm probably gonna be not delivering the results. I'm gonna waste my time. You're gonna be disappointed with me. So many times it is that what inhibits these affiliates to really want you to join with you. So that being true, what are the most common missing pieces or situations that you see lack of something that will make it hard for you to find affiliates that will work to work with your brand?
Well, on the site, on their site, related stuff, tools. You have to have the right pop-ups, spinning wheels, automated email, cart abandonment emails, social proof widgets, reviews, retargeting ads, a very nice looking website that impresses, that's impressive. But like we talked about last time, your website design is maybe 20 to 30% of the fight. Then you need the right tools and strategies that are strictly designed to increase the conversion rate. And a company, I also tell companies this a lot. You have to focus on increasing your website's effectiveness on a monthly basis, right? It's never done. It's never good enough. So it's what tools can we install? How can we position this? How can we make the product page better? How can we do some A/B testing on the site, on the headlines, on the calls to action? There's always things that can be done to increase your conversion rate. So therefore, a lot of emphasis needs to be placed there by the merchant, by the brand, if they want to have successful affiliates. When the affiliates go to their website and look at it and say, is this something I think I can make money with? They need to see all of those things going on and think to themselves, oh yeah, there's a lot of reviews here. Customers love these products. They have pop-ups, they have widgets. This person bought here, this person bought there. So a lot of reinforcement on the site. So they have retargeting ads following them or people around. If an affiliate goes to the site and sees all those things, they actually may think they have their act together. More so than if they didn't have those things, and they're just looking at a website that, okay, it looks decent, but I don't know what I'm going to make here with these people. So that goes back to impressing the affiliates, making it worth their while, not looking at them as a means to an end, but a real relationship, a real friendship you're building actually, and a real partnership to make each other money. And most companies don't look at it like that. Actually, they just look at it as a one-way relationship. I'm going to be honest with you. And I've fought against that my whole career, to be honest, and still fighting the fight, just getting the messaging out there that if you want successful affiliates, you're going to have to work, put in the work to actually achieve that. So yeah.
Yeah, just super interesting. Two thoughts on what you just shared. The first one is probably those things that you mentioned that some e-commerce stores might have missing. They're not stopping them only from recruiting the best affiliate. They are probably stopping them from growth overall in sales as a business. So
Exactly.
it is important. The second thought is I wonder how many e-commerce stores are actually taking advantage of the feedback these affiliates can give them, because I know in many cases the affiliates have told these e-commerce stores, perhaps you need to make this change, perhaps you need to work on this copy, perhaps you need to work on this placement. So they are kind of a free source of feedback and insight given their unique perspective with so many stores. And so it is a
That's a good point.
advantage, right?
That's a very good point. A lot of times it's not exactly, frequent, but when affiliates do give feedback, it should be listened to very seriously. And that is something that, we do when an affiliate gives some feedback on one of the brands we represent, then we absolutely go back to them and say, this is what they said. What do you think? Can we do this? Can we do that? But I'll tell you, here's the thing. You can't rely on that. Because you have to take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and do everything you can to make sure the affiliates are successful, right? But yes, feedback is very important, and they may suggest some things like this other competitor is doing this. Can you do this? A lot of times you'll hear something like, we're getting $50 a sale from this person. You're only offering 35. Can you come up a little bit in the commission? Mostly it's around commission rates and when am I getting paid and things like that. So you have to have a good payment solution so they know they're getting paid, a good payment solution, and you have to have really good communication, and really be trying to convert their traffic as well as possible. Like, I can't tell you how many times companies have said, we want more affiliate sales, and we're getting more traffic, but we're not getting more sales. So, okay, address your website's lack of conversion rate. But the problem is they just don't know how to attack that problem. They don't have the frame of reference. You really have to bring in an expert or someone who really knows about adding tools to the website and doing A/B testing and things of that nature. Someone who has some experience to help with that. Otherwise, it doesn't go well. So I encourage everyone out there on the brand side to seek out someone who can help with their CRO strategy. And I think that'll help their affiliates. It'll help their PPC, everything they're doing. It'll allow them to scale like they want to. Because like you said, scale boils down to your conversion rate. You can't scale without an ever improving conversion rate. Which allows you to spend more and get more affiliates and drive more traffic. If you're clocking more sales, it'll allow you to open up the faucets on those marketing channels to the fullest extent.
Yeah. Yes, I agree 100%, and that's why I enjoy having this conversation with you, because you landed in such a pragmatic way. So this is a numbers game, and when you say that sometimes they get the feedback, or they don't want to change, or they are not willing to make the investments. I always remember this phrase from Steve Blank, one of the pioneers in the US around innovation and working with startups. He always said, fall in love with the problem. Do not fall in love with your solution.
Right.
And that's sometimes it takes so much effort to get there. You finally have your storefront and it looks beautiful, and you have to become an quote unquote expert on many of the tools you started using. And now someone is telling you, well, that's not good enough, you need to make changes. And those things become sometimes emotional barriers. You need to coach that store owner, and say, well, you need to make these changes because this is how you make conversions. That's why during your answers you keep repeating the keywords of metrics, A/B testing, right?
Right.
Numbers, and act based on that.
Yeah, listen, there's owners I've worked with and they've had, successful online businesses already, and, making, they didn't like the spinning wheel opt-in, and or something like that. And I've had to say, listen, do you want more sales or do you not like the spinning wheel? Let's throw it up there for a month. Let's A/B test it and see. And then when they see it collects, 5% more emails than the regular pop-up, then all of a sudden, the spinning wheel isn't so bad anymore. They start to love the spinning wheel. So that's just one good example of, most owners or people in charge of the company that I work with, they will go with whatever suggestion is being made, whatever tools being recommended. But the thing with tools is there's a lot of tools that do the same thing. So you have to pick the right tool for each. Listen, there's many review tools, there's many social proof, there's many affiliate tracking tools. You have to pick the right one that suits your needs, and as a brand, as a business. So just like they need to pick the right affiliate tracking platform, they need to pick the right XYZ tool for the website, so it works as well as possible and brings them the desired effect that they're looking for. So I try to stay on the cutting edge of tools, but it's nearly impossible. No, it is impossible. Um, but I try to get on a lot of demos, look at a lot of tools, and um, it's very much an exciting space, the tool space, the cloud SaaS, space, and there are affiliates that are in that space, like ad shoppers. They do email retargeting on the website traffic as an affiliate. There's Involve Tech. They do the product recommendation widget in the bottom right corner. V Interactive. Upsell it. They do the pop-ups and the automated emails. Yieldify. I mean, there's affiliates in the CRO space as well. I call them technology affiliates, but they're really CRO affiliates. They're conversion, optimization affiliates, and those are good to have also, especially with e-commerce. Those are good because they correspond to the website traffic. They capitalize to some degree on the website traffic, but they help increase the conversion rate and increase the sales. So a lot of and that's been a constant theme in affiliate marketing, even with like coupon affiliates, browser extension affiliates. They're adding value, they're adding some incrementality, they're boosting the conversion rate, but they're capitalizing on your website traffic. So the key there is to see what kind of customers they're driving, the value of them, and then pay them accordingly. So not every affiliate should be paid the same rate. That's a very important concept also. Affiliates should be paid the rate that corresponds to the type of affiliate they are, and also the value of a customer that they're driving to the company. So over time, you can make those adjustments. If it starts out at 10%, over time, this one will go down to 3, this one will go to 11, this one will go to 8, this one will go to 15, and you can, maximize your affiliate program by I call that micromanaging the payouts or the commission rates. You can micromanage the commission rates and achieve affiliate program growth and also improved ROI in the program by doing that. So that's a very important concept that companies need to know, to look to optimize.
Yeah. I love these two things that you bring here. This last one around optimizing, and not all the affiliates are the same, and the one you bring right before, which is the conversation about the tech stack, right? And at the end of the day, as you say, there are so many tools out there, and even if you are an expert and you make this your day in day out, it's hard for you to keep up with all the innovations, all the changes, all the new vendors, and it's hard to have a judgment call and say, okay, this platform that is 6 months old is probably best than this other. So it's hard to do that. So as a store owner, it must be even harder. It's reasonable to think that it's even harder to do that. And I see something that happens over and over is because they don't have like the whole vision, the whole strategic plan on how we're going to do user acquisition, what are the journeys, how we're going to manage this engine, this acquisition engine, and how we're going to supercharge it with affiliates. They end up looking for the magic bullet, right? Is okay, this chat tool or this spinning wheel tool is going to change the whole thing, and sometimes it's the whole picture, and they lack that strategy, and they lack the information and the experience to put it together. So that's where experts like you come in place. So let me put myself in the shoes of store owner, and I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, I might be suffering many of the things that Evan is mentioning now. And so maybe I need help with that. But where do we start? What is the game plan?
Well, it depends if you're talking about boosting the conversion rate of the website, and growing an affiliate program, the two kind of go hand in hand. I tell companies, all the time, don't even start an affiliate program without first focusing on your conversion rate. I mean, I've said that hundreds of times because, again, back to the concept of when you have affiliates, they need to be making commissions, right? And if they don't, they're going to go away. So it's very important to kick that relationship off on the right foot. Not to mention, when you recruit new affiliates and publishers, you can say to them, say, listen, we've spent the last couple of months just focusing on increasing our website's effectiveness and our conversion rate. Just so when you send traffic, you may make some sales. And we're trying to ensure that. We can't guarantee it, of course, but we can give you a dedicated coupon code. We can give you various, we can give you content, facilitate them with certain tools and promotional copy, promotional codes, things like that. All affiliates like promotional codes, not just coupon affiliates. So it's really important to keep promotional codes going out to your affiliates so they can use them to promote to their audiences, right? So it's not just we're going to sign up affiliates and they're going to produce a bunch of sales. It's so much more than that. That's the basic premise, but they need to be facilitated. They need to be handheld. They need to be spoon-fed. Here's your link. Here's your dedicated code. Here's some copy. Go promote it, right? If you wait for them to log into the platform and go grab the code and go find it and go dig for it and see, and figure out how to grab it and no, that's not facilitating your affiliates. Affiliate managers, publisher managers, their entire job is basically to speak to the affiliates either through email or on the phone or video and traffic manage, which means get them the banners, get them the links, get them their code, send it to them proactively so they can go do their thing and they don't have to worry about logging into the platform and pulling it. So that's very important part of activating them turning them into a participator. Then the key is turning the participators into producers. And that's doing things like working with them, speaking to them, getting them codes, encouraging them to different types of strategies on how to be an effective affiliate, blogging, posting, growing your email list, posting on social, writing content, all of those things. Now, it depends who it is and what type of affiliate or entity this may be. It could be a company. If it's a company, let's say you recruit a company to be your affiliate, another company, right? And there's a lot of that goes on behind the scenes, and that's actually gold when you can get those. So if you're a brand and you work with another company or brand and you say, listen, blast an email, here's your link. Blast an email and offer everyone 20% off, and we'll pay you 10% on everything that sells. And we'll do the same for you. Getting them to do that. So you got to give them the link. You got to give them the email creative. You got to tell them what to put in there. So again, facilitating, hand-holding, spoon feeding. And that's how you get affiliates and those type of publishers up and running as quickly as possible and possibly turning into producers. And then there's messaging, like weekly, monthly messaging. You have to stay in their consciousness. You have to send them. I subscribe to weekly messaging, sending out affiliate newsletters on a weekly basis. Usually, sometimes it's a monthly, but usually it's a weekly basis, and just telling them the company news. Here's our new products. Here's a new code for the week. Here's we just hired this new person. Keeping them up to date on what the company's actually doing. Not enough companies do that, believe it or not. They don't tell the affiliates what's going on with the company, which is a huge mistake in my opinion, because when you do that, they feel more involved. Like, oh, really? Oh, you did this, you're doing this. Oh, great. I'm going to go put that on Twitter, whatever. So, the actual managing of the affiliates and messaging is critical. As the recruiting is also, but once you have them, what goes on there is critical also. Yeah.
What you're saying is something that we discussed before, which is affiliates are ultimately partners. And this is about developing a true partnership. And if we are business partners, I expect you to keep me up to speed with what you're doing, how you're trying to get better, because that only reinforces that partnership and make that business relationship more viable and building trust. Because ultimately, the holy grail here, like with any partnership, is trust. Can you get them to trust so everyone has a finite finite capacity in time and resources, and if you want them to invest most of these resources on your brand, on your company, you should give them a lot of good reasons. And so I like that thing of start showing, aligning, communicating, build a relationship. That's what we promised at the beginning. The word relationship will come back over and over again.
And you know, that's why you really need a dedicated person on your affiliate program. Even if you use an agency, you still need someone in the company, in my opinion, that's at least half their time is dedicated to the affiliate program, because they may need to speak to some affiliates, facilitate some setup of codes. There's a lot of, they could be sending follow-up messaging to new affiliates that are brought on board that look like, not all, you know, not all, the company should be speaking to their affiliates that look like they have potential. An agency can do it to an extent, but in my opinion, not as good as the person that works for the company. And when we get on the calls with new affiliates or publishers, it's myself, the client, and the publisher, the affiliate, and we all jump on a conference call and we talk about working together and how that's going to happen. So that is the ideal way to handle it, in my opinion. And I tell companies that all the time. I've always maintained that. Even though I'm an agency, I want them to hire my agency to manage their whole affiliate program for them. Truth be told, the best way to do it is with involvement from a dedicated person in the company as well. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there.
I love it, and I love it that you bring to the table, because I still see in many situations when we see that one of our clients actually need the help of an agency, and we mentioned that, let's say in an important percentage, we still hear people saying, "Oh, but an agency is expensive." Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and the budget is the most common perceived barrier, right? When it's not. So, what would you tell a client, even when this is probably an obvious answer, but I'd like to hear in your words, from your perspective, what would you tell a client thinking, okay, I know I need help, I know that you can help me, but this is too expensive. What would be your answer?
Yeah, and that's a very valid, you know, a very valid point. If it's a smaller company or brand, then money is very critical. And you know, it may not even make sense to bring on an agency. It depends whether they can actually deliver. First of all, let me throw, just like I can only speak for my own agency when I'm not, you know, I can only speak for my own agency. But when we talk to a company about working with them, managing their affiliate program or recruiting affiliates, you know, we have to vet them just like they have to vet us. I have to be confident that we can actually deliver for them. Sometimes if they're too small of a brand, bringing on an agency and paying them a retainer, it just doesn't make financial sense, or it's going to take too long to achieve the results. So in that case, I'll tell them, I'll say, listen, this is what I recommend. This is how you find affiliates. Put someone on it, right? Put someone on it. If you don't want to bring on an agency, you're going to have to do these things. Someone is going to have to do these things. Otherwise, you won't have affiliates, right? So what I would say is don't even launch an affiliate program until you're ready, until you have a well-converting site, until you have possibly some dedicated resources to go out and reach out to some affiliates, maybe 10 or 20 hours a week. Okay. If you can't commit to that, don't even do it unless you're a big company and they kind of come to you. But if you're a medium and small brand, I would say it's going to be very difficult to grow a successful affiliate program in a relatively short period of time without dedicated resources and possibly even bringing on an agency that can actually deliver. But it still has to be discussed as to whether that's even a good idea or not, for that particular company. So it's never like always a slam dunk kind of thing. It has to be a fit.
But we can all agree that if you can invest those resources and get that focus on the field, then the payback, the return investment can be massive for any brand. Successful.
I agree. If, you know, we've talked a lot about, you know, the pitfalls and the difficulty. But if you can do all the things we talked about properly and do them well, you can have a large, productive affiliate, growing, flourishing affiliate program in probably 1 to 2 years. I tell companies all the time, and I've always maintained that your affiliate program grows annually, right? Year 2, it's going to far exceed what it did year 1. And year 3, it should do much better than it did year 2. Year 1, a lot of year 1 is the building, recruiting of affiliates, reaching out, working with them, trying to figure out what works, getting people producing and participating while still reaching out to new affiliates or joining some networks with some affiliates and publishers, getting them on board, doing whatever the strategy dictates to grow the numbers of affiliates into the hundreds, if not thousands. You actually need hundreds of affiliates to have a good amount of producers, right? And you need thousands of affiliates to have hundreds of people sending traffic at the same time. So it's a numbers game, like you said. So there always needs to be the recruiting going on, bloggers, influencers, website owners, trying networks that look like they might make sense, that have publishers, and doing a lot of outreach, getting companies to be your affiliate, getting other entities to be your affiliate. Anyone could be an affiliate for that matter, as long as they can share the link and expose it to an audience. So my belief is anyone could be a productive affiliate if they're trained and they put a little bit of effort into it. That's turning nobodies into somebodies. That's cultivating non-affiliates into affiliates. And that's something I've worked hard over the years to do a lot of, and put out, education and courses and how to be an effective affiliate, like my courses and stuff, put out videos, talk to them on the phone, thousands of conversations. And I'm still committed to that strategy. But then you have the certain bigger ones that are going to be responsible for a lot of the sales. And it really is an 80, a 90-10 rule when you look at the actual producers. But the beautiful thing about affiliate marketing is it's so diverse. Even that additional 90% can be cultivated into being producers, at least one sale a month or a year. And if you had 500 individuals making one sale a year, it's still 500 extra sales a year. I don't care how you look at it. So you have different levels of ability to produce sales. And so you have to treat the different types of affiliates and publishers differently based on who they are and how they do what they do, and trying to increase their sales through different strategies like bonuses, contests, sales contests, frequent messaging, building the relationship, working on your CRO. All those things should be going on throughout the course of an affiliate program to grow it into a large productive thing. But yeah, it's something you have to evolve every month. You have to work to grow it, get more affiliates, get more of them productive, really put some, effort into that, and it will pay dividends. Like you said, big dividends. Mm-hmm.
I'm loving it. So there is a question from the audience, and I have then my last question to you. So let me get on the question from the audience first. Is what is the best commission scheme for affiliates these days? What should they keep in mind?
Yeah, that varies by company. It depends what the margins are of the products. A lot of companies, they'll start the affiliates at a certain level, let's say 10%. And then with, like we talked about earlier, with room to go up or go down. Most companies out there on the internet, they're not going to pay an affiliate as much as they could. So once you show some production, you can go to the affiliate can go to the merchant and say, listen, can you give me a raise? I'm producing for you here. 10% isn't enough. Like, can you, and that usually works. So it's a tricky, I would say when companies asking me what should they pay, I say as much as you can. Okay. You want to make it lucrative for your affiliates while still protecting your margins to a degree. But the nice thing about affiliate programs is a lot of the customers they're referring you you're really only paying the affiliate once. And so if the customer orders over and over again outside of the cookie period, you're not paying the affiliate on those. You're getting all those to the house. So that adds to the profit of the channel over time. A lot of companies don't even look at that, but it's a very valid justification for paying the affiliates more than you typically would, be inclined to. Because again, it goes back to looking at each affiliate's referred customers down to the affiliate level, seeing, okay, Evan, the affiliate, referred 50 customers this last year, and the average order value was $100, and they bought 3 times, and so therefore we can pay Evan 20% instead of 15%. Go give Evan a raise. And that's the kind of strategic optimization of your affiliate payouts that you can do over time.
Yeah, that's excellent point, and it's particularly true these days with a subscription-based business, right? And yes, I love everything that you just said, and I would add only a little piece, which is going to give me the segue for my last question to you today. Ultimately, it's about looking at the whole picture in terms of also customer acquisition cost, because I'm sure that someone might be thinking, oh, I don't want to give all this money to this affiliate. But then when you look at how much it's costing you to acquire clients in other way, maybe you're wasting a lot of resources where you can get actually a much better return investment by working with affiliates, which is part of the big picture of understanding why everyone is embracing affiliates. ROI wise is usually much more efficient, especially these days, right? If you think about the last 3, 5, 10 years, the cost of client acquisition is only increasing.
Well, every digital marketing channel is different. They all have to be looked at individually. What you're going to pay to acquire a customer through Google, maybe $50. What you pay an affiliate might be 25. Retargeting, it might be 10. Facebook, it could be 40. And it's all going to blend together into an average. And the key is to lower it as far as possible. But it's really tricky when you're trying to decide what to pay affiliates, what the commission rate should be. I tell companies to pay them, to be aggressive with the payout, with the commissions. Be aggressive as long as they're the type of affiliate that you want. That's going to bring you like new eyeballs. If it's a coupon affiliate or a browser tool, browser extension or something like that, that's helping you convert. You might want to pay them slightly less than what you pay at the average. Then if there's a blogger or an influencer that's bringing you completely new people that would have never heard about you before, never been to the website before, you may want to pay them, 12, 15, 18% or more. Because that those are all new customers. And the other types of affiliates, those may be new customers, but they've already been to the website. So they're like already, flaming hot. And again, every type of affiliate dictates a different commission structure, right? So that, again, back to when they walk through the door, hi, how are you? How do you do what you do? Oh, you're a coupon publisher? Okay, go over here. You're a email publisher? Okay, we're going to do this with you. You're a blogger? We're going to give you content in a dedicated code. You're an influencer? We're going to give you this link and a code. So companies should have the process for the way they treat the different types of affiliates right off the bat, because you never want to treat all your affiliates as the same type of entity, because they're just not. And again, back to the beauty of affiliate marketing is the diversity of it. And the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of potential affiliates there are out there. They all need to be gotten and reached out to, and some make sense, some don't. But so there's the conversion affiliates, there's coupons, there's browser extensions, there's relevant. A lot of companies want the relevant publishers and maybe influencers if they have relevance. The problem there is that their traffic doesn't convert very well because they haven't ever heard of the brand usually. So while it seems like I subscribe to a lot of outreach and growing content publishers and influencers as part of the affiliate program, but the reality of it is the revenue won't, match what the other types of affiliates will do. They're just because they're a different type and the different audience and different urgency. So when you're running an affiliate program, you have to think about all these things, right? As you're going about it, when you're picking and choosing which types of affiliates to work with or not. We have clients that don't work with certain types at all. They only want one type. So you have to decide if you want an all-inclusive approach or you want only certain types. And then when you decide what types you want, what to pay them and how to work with them. And once you figure that and how to message them, once you figure that out, you can expect to be able to grow the channel, grow the affiliate program if you're doing that properly.
Yeah. I like the concept you mentioned about the snowball effect, that there are some affiliates that actually are going to bring these clients that will keep purchasing over time. So the lifetime
Right.
value that some affiliates can bring to you should not be overlooked, because that's probably a great variable. If that blogger can actually bring more of these clients, it's totally worth giving them red carpet treatment, pay them more, and keep them close to you because they are actually seeing this long-term growth, right?
Yeah, and that to that point, like let's say it was a blogger that did a blog post and she has an email list of 10,000. She sent it out there. She posted it on Facebook, Twitter, and she drove 10 sales. Let's say that relationship right there could be 20 or 30 sales a month very easily by building the relationship. Now go get 100 of those, and your affiliate program is going to be going bananas, right? So it's very easy if you follow the proven blueprint, but the reality of it is people just don't grasp it. Maybe through this type of webinar, they will grasp it, and that's why I'm glad we're doing this and we're talking about these things. These are the kind of things that don't get talked about a lot, I have to be honest. A lot of concepts in affiliate marketing get swept under the rug to make it look as rosy as possible. But we've talked about the ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly, So yes, you got to focus on the good and mitigate the ugly. And so, yeah, but all in all, if you focus on your CRO, you focus on reaching out to affiliates and working with them when you have them, you will be able to, I don't care who you are, you will be able to grow your affiliate program if you do those things.
I love it. So my last question to you today is, you insisted a lot at looking at numbers and running tests, and so you can really get a sense of performance and drive the right decisions. So can you mention a couple of metrics that you think is worth to look? You mentioned conversion rate optimization, etc. But what other metric you would suggest for an advertiser to look to understand the overall health of their affiliate program?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked it because they're called KPIs, key performance indicators. So the conversion rate, that's on the merchant side, right? That's something they're working to improve, ideally, and control. On the when you look at your affiliate program, you have, first of all, you have how many total affiliates you have in the account, in the program, right? Let's say it's 1,000. You have 1,000 affiliates. Then you look at how many are actually promoting the company. So they either have banner impressions, clicks, or sales, right? And that means they've grabbed the links, they've grabbed the banners, they put them on their website, and it's being promoted somewhere. That's your rate of participation, your activity rate. So you look to see your overall number of affiliates going up over time and the number participating going up over time. A good participation rate is between 30 and 50%. Okay. If it's under 30% of your total affiliates signed up are actually participating, meaning they have the ads up or they're sending traffic, then it's too low. You need to be messaging more. You need to be reaching out more, sending out promos. So the getting the participation rate up. So then there are the people that are driving traffic, right? So that's another percentage of the total are actually driving traffic. So if 300 people are participating of the 1,000, you might have 200 sending traffic of the 300 that I just had the ads up. Of the 20% sending traffic, you might have another 10 to 20% of those that actually produce sales. Okay. So that's 20 to 30 sale producers out of that total on a monthly basis. The key is to increase those numbers. The key, actually 20% of the participating is a little low, or the total is a little low. I would say, ideally you want like 30 to 40% participating and 10 to 20%, producing, which would be 100 to 200 producers. So for every 1,000 affiliates, if you had a 10% production rate, if you had 100 producers on a monthly basis for every 1,000 affiliates, that would be a really productive affiliate program. That's like ideal, So now that can fluctuate on a monthly basis. Sometimes they jump in, they pop out of making sales on a monthly basis. But those numbers you can increase every month or annually. A year from now, they may have 2,000 affiliates, 500 participating, 400 sending traffic, and 200 producing sales on a monthly basis. So as the numbers scale, the other numbers that follow should scale. And you should know that if you have X number of participators, X number of click producers, you're going to have a certain number of sale producers and a certain number of sales. That's increasing over time if you're growing all those numbers. So that's actually what we look at all those different KPIs and we look to grow them over time. I know if those numbers are growing over time, the whole affiliate program is going to be growing over time. There's no way it can't. So that's as simple as it boils down to right there.
I love this, Evan. We have 1 minute left, and I cannot avoid asking you this question based on your last answer, which is, if you think about an e-commerce store, what can you say is a healthy percentage of their overall sales through affiliates? What is a good percentage that shows that the program is running well?
15 to 20%. Because you have a lot of other channels. You got PPC, you've got SEO, you've got direct traffic, you've got your email channel, your internal email, you've got social, you've got a lot of channels, to divide it up among. So yeah, sure. And I've known companies that have done a lot of they're not necessarily e-commerce, other types. They do most of it through affiliate. When it's e-commerce though, and you can do Google Shopping and retargeting and grow your email list, and then I would say 15 to 20%, maybe even less. But 15 has always been the number that I've stuck to. But companies do it because then you can have like a customer referral program. That's another slice, slice. The pie keeps getting sliced. But back to, let's say the pie has 8 slices, 8 different channels. You can grow each channel on a monthly basis, on an annual basis. And if you do that, you will be scaling your company. But guess what? It all comes back to your website's effectiveness and your website's growing all those channels. A large part of growing all your channels comes back to your CRO. So place a lot of emphasis on the CRO strategy. If there's one thing that people should take away from this, it's that's the most important aspect of growing your sales, is your CRO strategy.
I love this. Evan Weber from Experience Advertising. You can find him in experienceadvertising.com. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Thank you very much for sharing all your perspective on this, your experience. I love this fireside chat, and thank you for the audience, the participants today listening to this. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for having me.